Where was I? I can only make short videos on this device. The storage is very small, so I have to do things in pieces. So part 2 of these Chair Zero surgery videos. Yeah, so the chairs, it's just anything you carry is gonna suck to carry it. Just, I don't want this, I don't want that. I don't want anything. I wish I didn't have a backpack at all. So, you know, anything you put in there, you wish you didn't have to. So even though, so this chair just sucks to carry because it sucks. And even though you can do a lot better than carrying this tent-sized package that's like 4 inches thick and like 14 inches long. Yeah, so you can carry the tubes in neat little lines, and the canvas seat, it packs up into a stuff sack if you fold things efficiently. It'll fit into a little stuff sack like this and like this, and I think that seat weighs 6 ounces. But it still sucks to carry. But one thing I wanted to go back to is the feet, and just tell you that when you remove the factory ends, those big roundish plastic bottoms on the legs, you do that by just burning them off. So just put a flame on them, and just until they start to catch fire, and then blow the flame out, and those plug ends will be soft enough that you can just put some pressure with a blade and just pop them off. Basically just push them off with a knife. Now let's see, where was I trying to talk to about stuff? I was saying it still sucks to carry, and basically I think I was finishing that operation, and just so that's basically operation number 1 that you can do with this chair, right, to make it more packable. And I also included how to make it lighter, just a 1 ounce lighter, by putting some, these little rubber stoppers that I put on here, they don't weigh anything. So maybe a point or a couple of points for all 4 of them. And sorry for talking to my friends, you guys in Europe and Turkey and Asia and stuff, about ounces instead of talking about grams, but I talk in ounces. I don't talk in grams. Oh, and this thing, like when you push it in to the into the leg, you can see I just tied a knot on the end, and then I just put a little round, I just cut that off of like a thin metal washer, just rounded it off. That's a little piece of round tin, some kind of metal, just so that the knot doesn't pull through the straw. And that's all it is. 3 different things there. Okay. Now, operation number 2 is basically this. See these legs? Bye-bye legs. That's operation number 2. And I'm sitting on this chair without any legs. So operation number 2 is to just decide to not use legs at all. And that takes 3 or 4 ounces off of the weight of this heavy chair. I mean, 17 ounces. God, I don't think so. It's just too much. So you can take 3 or 4 ounces off by just chucking those legs away. And the chair is actually pretty comfortable. And if you're like me, and if you have to choose between an Aeon Lee and a Notch Lee, obviously I don't care if the Notch Lee is a bit more comfortable, because the Aeon Lee is just lighter and it's good enough and it works, right? And this chair is good enough and it works without legs, and you're saving a few ounces, and there's just too many poles. When you take this chair apart and pack it the way that I do, you've got 11 poles. There's 11 poles altogether, including the crossbar, and it's just annoying. So you can chuck away 4 of them, and now you've only got 7 poles to deal with. So it's not just the 3 or 4 ounces that you're saving, it's just chucking these annoying poles, which is great. So that's what I'm going to do. I decided that today. I'm going to chuck those away. And I decided that because I realized this chair is just fine without legs. And you can rock in it. And people are buying rocking chair, add-ons from the Helinox company so that they can rock in their chair. You can rock on this chair if it doesn't have legs. Now, you see these pseudo chairs on YouTube where it's just like people sitting on the ground, and you're thinking to yourself, that's not a chair. I want a real chair. And that's why you buy a Chair Zero in the first place. So to chuck away the legs seems pretty counterintuitive. But you're actually not sitting on the ground. If you just let the chair sit flat, your butt's on the ground. But what you do is you lean back in it. Okay? So you're not actually on the ground. And you can lean back, right? So it's the feeling is, and what you do is you put if you're on flat ground, you just put your legs out like that and cross them. So it's just like sitting on a sofa and putting your legs on the coffee table. That's how it feels. Which, that's what you do anyway, is you stretch your legs out and put them on the coffee table because it's more comfortable. So that's what this is, right? And you can lean back and you can rock. And with the legs, you can fall asleep in the chair, which is great. But it goes back to the same argument where a good enough has to be good enough, right? When you're backpacking, you can't have it all. And to not be able to fall asleep in your chair because you're gonna fall backwards, well, I can accept that. Just like I can accept an Aeon Lee instead of a Notch Lee. And like, this is super, right? This is super comfortable. And who knows if it's even more comfortable than having the legs, because with your legs stretched out more you know, it's easier to stretch your legs all the way out like this, and you can cross your legs and stretch them all the way out. And you can't really do that with the legs because of the way the fabric goes, so that you can't lean as far back really. And I don't know exactly why, but the point is that this feeling that I have now is better than with the legs. But one thing I do like about the legs is just being able to put your legs kind of like this, right? Which doesn't work so well on flat ground. But if you're on a hill, what you do is you point your legs downwards, right? And that changes things. But another thing you can do is you can find like a big mound. Like, see how that is a big mound there? I can put that on, and now the chair is up like a chair. So if you can find any mounds like this, you've got your chair back the way that it was when it has legs. So you can find ground to suit you. So your chair with legs is not gone, right? You can have that same comfort, or that, you know, that same position once in a while, you know, when you happen to find ground that will allow you to you know, prop up the chair higher than your feet, right? So that's operation number 2. And there is actually an operation number 3. And I've used up so many minutes on this video, I might as well stop it now and start a new one for operation number 3.